Yo, what's going on, everyone? It is your boy Pup. We are back with week 2 of the KCDL. If you guys did not check out last week's episode, make sure you guys go do that. We took a nice 1-0 victory, but it's still worth a watch. Anyways, but today we are facing off against Tony and the Austin Verdierlings. Very, very good coach. Love their content. Their thumbnails are honestly insane, so make sure you guys go check them out along with all the other coaches that should be linked in the description, but if not, you can find them pretty easily from BBR and everything like that too. But they have a very scary team with Iron Bundle that absolutely destroys my team. Freeze Dry plus Ice Beam just absolutely destroys me. I have no resist at all to their moves. Hydro Pump, Freeze Dry is literally all they need, but Ice Beam is also very, very strong. Mewtwo is obviously a huge threat. This is why we drafted Spiritomb, if I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't know I was going to match up into them, but I'm very glad that I did, so I get to show it off. They have Iron Valiant, which is also a huge threat to my team, but I do have 2 potential booster Pokemon that are faster than it, which is nice, and a Dio Speed. They have Miss Magius, which I don't really think comes to this game unless they want to try to wall my my Great Tusk and try to spin block me, which makes sense with Glamora down the board on their side trying to set up T-Spikes. In between, they also have Indeedee, which can set up Psychic Terrain for the Mewtwo. They have Crocodile as well, which is just a great Pokemon. OG Albina showed us that it's great in Ubers. They have Serena as a nice spinner. Volcanion is really solid down the board since I have a lot of physical attackers. The Will-O-Wisp from that thing. It's just really annoying, and it takes a lot of hits, especially if they go something like Shucka, which makes a lot of sense in this matchup. And they have Hisuian Gudra, which is also solid here. I'm not sure if they want to bring it, but it can deter me with some sort of Dragon Tail sort of set, and be pretty bulky for my team to not deal super well with. But first off, we're going to start off our team with Spiritomb. We all knew it was coming here since we are facing off against the Mewtwo team. We are just max Spadef. Honestly, if they nasty plot, they can do a lot of damage with like Shadow Ball versus me anyways, but it is my switch. We're Infiltrator with Shadow Sneak just in case they want to sub up. We should be able to do like 40% with Sneak, which is not too bad. I mean, with no attack investment, it's not horrible. And we also have Will-O-Wisp in case we need to click it against like a Valiant or against a Crook, anything like that. Foul Play hurts the Mewtwo even harder. Even with minimum IVs and stats in attack, they still take about 50%, which is really nice. And then Protect to rack up some leftovers damage. I thought about being pressured to PP stall them a little bit, but it didn't really make that much sense in this matchup. It's just really nice to have this Pokemon here. That'll hopefully be awesome against their team. Next up on the team is going to be my Dio Speed. This Pokemon looks great in the game with a Choice Scarf. It's my only real way to revenge kill the Iron Bundle. I really love having that Pokemon on my side. But Psycho Boost should be able to one-shot it, but we have attack investment, so Superpower also can, especially after they've taken some sort of damage. If we end up getting our Stealth Rocks up and they're like a booster energy set, then we should be able to knock them out. We have Energy Ball as well in case they end up being Terra Water. But Terra Ice or Terra Water make a lot of sense into the team, and that's why we have Energy Ball Superpower. If they're like Terra Steel to resist my Psycho Boost, then I can also, click Superpower versus them. Trick is also nice just in case we need it in the later game. Next up on the team, Booster Energy Flutter Mane. Obviously, we're not going to be able to outrun the Booster Energy or Choice Scarf Iron Bundle. That's definitely coming this week, but it's still really solid. Nice to outrun like Scarf Valiant or Booster Valiant, and then the Mewtwo as well if they're Choice Scarf. And Shadow Ball plus Moonblast is just so free into their team. Their best switch into that is like the Indeedee, potentially an AV Serena, I guess, AV Volcanion down the board, which is why we have Power Gem. But we look pretty solid in this matchup, just being able to do a lot of damage. They have a lot of special attackers on their side, so I feel like I should be able to eat one hit from most anything on their team, especially like the Valiant if they're full special, like the Miss Mag. I guess maybe not, but the bundle for sure is what I really know I can live a hit from. If we get a Calm Mind up, we also look very, very solid, being able to eat hits from the bundle very, very easily, which is really nice. Next on the team is going to be my Iron Valiant check, which is Weezing. Really good here with the Pyapa Berry in case they have Psychic or Psyshock, although I'm a lot more worried about Psychic since we are very physically defensive. I do anticipate them to be more of like Close Combat Spirit Break sort of set into my team to try to hit the Flutter Mane, but if they're mixed, that works just as well. And Sludge Bomb should be able to one-shot them, especially if they're naive. If they're not, it's like a 90% chance to be able to one-shot them. If we're able to get up a Stealth Rock or Toxic Spikes on their side, it's really solid for us. We also have Will-O-Wisp in case we need to click it. And Haze in case they set up like Nasty Plot with Mewtwo or something and we Pyapa Berry somehow eat their hit. We can end up getting that. Or if they set up with the Valiant, like Calm Minds or sort of stuff, we can always click Haze versus that. We have Levitate. I really wanted to go Stench in this game, which is kind of funny, but just to have the fact be that they don't see that I'm the neutralizing gas, so Crocodile is afraid to click Earthquake, and I can still eat up some Toxic Spikes from that Glimmora. Fifth on the team is going to be my hazard removal, which is Great Tusk this week. I had to bring it since I, am not going with the Stench Wheezing, which would have been fun. But we're Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock, Headlong Rush, Knockoff. They don't have a switch into Headlong Rush at all on their team, besides, I guess, the Serena, which I don't think comes to this game ever, and then the Miss Mag that might come to the game, and if they do, they get destroyed by Knockoff. I have used defensive Miss Mag against Great Tusk before in the past, so I could definitely see it happening if they want to try to spin block me and have that Glimmora be their game plan, which makes a lot of sense. But if I'm able to get my Stealth Rocks up, I think my offensive game plan looks a little bit better into them. And then last on the team is going to be what I think is going to be my designated lead. Maybe Deoxys might be a good lead into them as well, but we're going to bring Kyurem Black here. Scale Shot, Fusion Bolt, Icicle Spear, Dragon Dance, just absolutely insane into their team. Fusion Bolt is there for the Volcanion, Icicle Spear is great versus their team, and then Scale Shot, if we do see like Glimmora lead and Dragon Dance in their face and then click Scale Shot, we're faster than everything on their team, even the Scarf or Booster Speed Iron Bundle. With our investment, I'm pretty sure I should be faster then, and we just absolutely tear through their team at that point. I don't think anything on their team lives. I mean, maybe like Max Fizdef Goodra might be able to live at that point, but especially if we get 5 hits with the loaded dice, I think we one-shot every single Pokemon on their team at +1. So I'm hoping to get the opportunity to just sweep through them. We'll see if that can happen this week. I definitely have had opportunities. Last week, if I had Scale Shot, I definitely could have just swept through them. We ended up winning anyways, which is fine. But I feel like, Scale Shot is a move that maybe I should bring a little bit more often. It does have the chance to miss, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, that's going to be about it for the team. If you guys do enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let's get to the battle. So we are connected here to Tony. They brought an interesting team. They also brought Terra Ice Bundle, which was not what I expected at all, but that's pretty solid for me. They do have the Glim, so I could definitely see that Pokemon being a potential lead from their side. They brought the Miss Magius as well, which is also not what I was expecting. Iron Valiant makes sense. Iron Bundle and Mewtwo, obviously all those Pokemon make a ton of sense and had to come into this game. I still like my team. I do feel like we were going to see a Glimmora lead, which makes me kind of want to lead with Kyurem, because it also doesn't just straight up lose to Iron Bundle off the bat. Whereas if we led with our Deoxys, then we Psycho Boost, kind of let them get up their hazards, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't. It's actually pretty solid. Only Pokemon that I really don't like to see here is that Goodra, so I'm going to have to make sure I get it chipped early. I think I'm going to lead off with Kyurem. I do have a feeling that they might just lead with Bundle, and this is fine into Bundle. It's okay. I mean, they're not Terra Fairy, which is nice. Terra Ice does make things a little bit easier for me, but we have to be +2 speed to outrun them if they are Scarf or if they are the Booster Energy, which I do expect them to be one of those. But I think if we see the Bundle first turn, we probably just click Scale Shot versus them. But we'll see. What is it going to be? Alright, it is just going to be the Glimmora. That's totally fine. I mean, I totally could Dragon Dance this turn and then click Scale Shot the next turn to knock it out. They don't knock me out unless they're like Meteor Beam offensive, which I doubt they are. I mean, I feel like they probably just want to set up some hazards in this game. Let me go for a DD. I think it'll be fun. I mean, if we get caught here, it does put us in a nastier spot, especially if we see like a Booster Energy Val and they catch my Scale Shot next turn, or if they are Vacuum Wave, which I do expect one of the two is probably very likely. I think Vacuum Wave makes a lot of sense, but I do think that they might be mixed or just more physical. I think it does make sense, but we'll see. Maybe, actually no, they're going to be special because they have to have Thunderbolt for Corviknight. I don't think Thunder Punch makes that much sense, as they do just Rock, so we grab that turn 1. So I'm +1/+1. A Scale Shot 4 hits with a loaded dice should be able to knock this out and move us to +2 speed. So I like this start. I really do. They have the Mismag that's able to spin block me, but that's not too horrible. I really just don't want to see them go Iron Valiant here. Come on, let's just not see the Valiant. And then we're in a great demanding spot. Writing down all the Pokemon. I'm trying to be a little bit more invested in this league. Val, Bundle, Goodra, H, and Mismag. I don't think we knock out the Hisui and Goodra in one shot, though. Goodra, Hisui. I mean, it really depends. If we get 5 rolls with Scale Shot or Icicle Spear, it looks like we do. As we're going to set up all the Toxic Spikes on my side, but, you know, it is what it is. Now we are +2 speed. And in a great spot. We're going to be -1 defense. Yeah, but I mean, if the Goodra comes out and they're not physically defensive, 5 hits always knocks them out. So, I mean, we have a pretty solid opportunity here. We're going to raise our speed. So now we're +2, we outrun the Bundle. And Bundle should just die to Scale Shot, I think. Bundle definitely dies to Scale Shot. With their Terra, they don't die to Fusion Bolt, so we have to click Scale Shot versus them. They're going to send out Goober. That's probably the Goodra. Yeah, I mean, if we get 5 hits on this thing, we should just knock them out with Icicle Spear. But it's kind of, you know, just how it is. And it doesn't look like it. It looks like they're pretty defensive. Oh, we get a big crit. Huge crit. And we just knock them out. So, we would have knocked them out if we got 5 hits. But, I mean, we're looking real pretty here. I don't know how they stop this Pokemon. I really don't. It literally might just be game. The crit definitely mattered if I didn't get the 50-50 of getting 5 hits. Because one hit with a crit does less damage than 2 hits. So if we got the 50% to get 5 hits, then we would have knocked them out anyways. Wow, this is dominant to start. We're going to see the Mismag come out. I assume this Pokemon's going to be more defensive. I definitely think so, even if it's max bold. We shouldn't knock them out with Icicle Spear. That's with 5 hits. That always knocks them out. With 4 hits, it's a roll if they're max, and they're just not. Yeah, the Mismag goes down to 3 hits there. I'm really sorry about that crit. It was definitely, you know, it was in my favor with the crit chances and the potentially getting 5 hits on them. But I think we're just going to straight up 6-0 off a lead. I don't think that there's anything that they're going to be able to do. Downy the Unrivaled. This is Mewtwo. Mewtwo actually can definitely live this. It's a 50-50 for them to live this with no investment. And that's with 4 hits. So it's more like a, you know, 75% chance in my favor. Alright, doesn't look like we got the rolls. We only hit 4 times. And they get a Thunder Wave off. Yeah. So what do I do here? Now we're paralyzed. I mean, I'm still in a spot where I can lose this game. Do I give up this Pokemon? They can't knock me out in 1 hit, I don't even think. What if there's something like Aura Sphere? Aura Sphere does not one-shot me. And I don't want anything to set up in front of my face. That's what I'm worried about right now. I think we're gonna go out to Spiritomb here. Save the Kyurem in the back. There's probably a solid chance that they go for a Psy Strike this turn, and then I can Revenge Kill, or I can knock them out with Shadow Sneak. We're gonna get Toxic, which is annoying, but it's okay. We do see Aura Sphere, so I mean, we covered that anyways. I am going to go for Shadow Sneak. If they end up switching out into the Valiant, that's okay. We have an answer for that in Weezing, and hopefully we don't just get reversed. Yeah, we'll just Shadow Sneak here. I don't think I'm going to have the opportunity to spin in this game, so we're going to have to deal with these T-Spikes. I really, really wanted to bring Stench Weezing, which would not show neutralizing gas and would also be able to get rid of T-Spikes. It would bait the Levitate into their Crocodile. As they are, what is that, Cassid Berry, I think? We are still going to be able to take them out. So Spiritomb gets a kill for us, but we have to worry about both the bundle and the Valiant. The Valiant being the scarier one, because Valiant just destroys me with a Moonblast at this point. We could Will-O-Wisp versus them, but it is risky if they are potentially substitute. I do not want to lose to a sub-Valiant, although I think I should be fine with Flutterman and Deoxys Speed in the back. It would still be a little bit scary, especially if they got like a Calm Mind up. Yeah, they do go out to Val. They're booster speed, like we expected. I'm just going to go straight out to Weezing. If they click Psychic, will they 2-hit KO me with Psychic? We are Pyapa Berry. Yes, they will. I still think it's in our best interest to go out to Weezing, because we don't die to +1 Psychic or anything like that. We don't die to Moonblast into Psychic. If they double Psychic, that's a great play by them. But then I can go out to my Dio Speed and Revenge kill this thing. They are just going to Moonblast. We get to see how much it does. It does 90 damage with Moonblast, which means they're just max attack. We should be able to just click Sludge Bomb here. I'm assuming we see Psychic come out. I think Psychic makes the most sense here. I'm still very, very worried about the Iron Bundle. But I do have the Flutterman that should be able to eat any one hit, and then Dio Speed outspeeds it and knocks it out in one shot if we do hit a Psycho Boost. I also think that we always live a hit with Kyurem Black as well. I can't let them get up a sub or anything like that though, which is scary. I wonder if they, I mean, they could just go straight out to it right now. I don't know if that really helps them in the end game. No, they're just gonna T-Bolt. They're not even Psychic. They're gonna go for a Paraful Para and they don't get it. And we're gonna be able to one-shot them with Sludge Bomb. If they're naive, then it always one-shot. If not, then it was a roll. And unfortunate roll for me to get versus them. But versus the bundle that's coming out here, Iron Bundle. I wonder if this thing is specs or if they're booster. Okay, they are booster, and they're Quark Drive into Speed. Booster energy into Speed. So they always knock me out here. I Sludge Bomb because I do not let them get up a sub. They should just Terra Ice, Terra Blast, or Terra Ice, Ice Beam. And then after this, we go out to the Dio Speed, and I click Psycho Boost. Can Terra Ice, Ice Beam? It's a roll to even knock out my Dio Speed. It's very much in my favor to live, but you know how that works. Also, Fluttermane should just be able to live and be fine. They're going to Terra Ice. I think we should be okay in this game. They're going to sub. Okay. I was very, very worried about sub. That's why we went for Sludge Bomb here. Never let them get that sub up. And now Dio Speed, it might be able to just knock it out with Superpower, so I wouldn't have to risk a Psycho Boost miss. It does 75 min. They're going to Ice Beam. Will knock out my Weezing. Alright, do we go for Dio Speed, which is just faster and 90% chance to win, or Flutter Mane, which can get Ice Beamed and Frozen, and then we can lose? We always go Dio. Every single time. We go Dio. I am worried about the superpower not knocking them out if they have HP investment. If they were max HP, then we wouldn't knock them out. Psycho Boost always would. I don't know if they would choose to be so much HP. It is my chance to lose, and if I superpower, then I potentially have the chance to go out to my Kyurem Black, live any one hit, and attack them. I'm just so worried about getting frozen or missing this. I don't think they have enough defense to be able to live this hit. We're going to superpower. Okay, we just knock him out. So all that worrying for nothing. We do end up taking a nice 5-0 victory over Tony. Really unfortunate with the crit earlier. If I did get 5 hits, then the crit didn't matter. So it was technically in my favor, but still not a very good way to have a game go. And I know the pain. I've gone through it very, very recently. And you guys will have seen that probably by now. Or we'll be seeing it soon in the PPL NX. No big spoilers though. But I hope you guys did enjoy the battle. I know it's a little bit of a shorter one today, but Kyurem Black really just putting in a lot of work. Sorry for Tony. Make sure you go check them out. Their content is great on their channel. I really love their thumbnails. And they're just a great battler in general. Hopefully we don't have to play them later in the season. I did pick up Spiritomb literally just for this game. And who knows if I will get rid of it or not. But, you know, I feel like the game plan just straight up worked into them. That's about it for me. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.